Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
Hands to Hester, and Hester, yep, got it, 5 out of 5.
From carrying each other to a natty to carrying each other on the air.
Flynn is back to throw for the end zone goal.
Live from the Raising Cane studio, it's Off the Bench.
All right, welcome back in. OTB, hour number 3. Jake Alonzo Tate here with you. So, Taylor, I thought about you yesterday as I was doing my NFL show because, like, on that show, Pat's 75 years old. Pat's been a GM. Pat's been a front office member. So, Pat's got a way of doing things, and it really aligns with the way I do things. Like, there's a lot of shows that are going to take somebody else's list, and they're going to look at them and make a segment out of the list, and that's okay. That's a lot of people like to do that. Well, Pat's kind of like me, a little bit old school. Like, hey, if we're going to do it, let's make our own list. Like, if we're going to do it, let's put our name on it. Let's come up with our. So we've been doing that over the last couple of shows about quarterbacks, like heading into the 2026 season. So we did that yesterday here in the top 5. Well, I gave my top 10 yesterday, and one of the names I left off got a lot of interaction. A lot of people were not very happy with me that I did not include this quarterback in the top 10. Now, if I'm trying to remember who I had, I think I had Stafford, had Allen, Mahomes, Burrow, Goff, Lamar, Drake May, Caleb Williams, Justin Herbert, Jaden Daniels. Jaden came in at number 10 because I think Jaden's going to have a bounce back year.
I know who you're about to say that they were mad about.
I don't know if you do.
I do. I think people were pissed that Jordan Love wasn't on that list. And I think Jordan Love has no business being on that list.
It was not Jordan Love.
Really?
It was not Jordan Love. Alonzo, you going to take a guess who it was? I mean, like,
I didn't.
Mad.
I tuned out a little bit.
There was really one that was like here, and then there was another that a couple of callers.
People are mad you left this person off your top 10 list.
Yes, and again, so I had Stafford, I had Allen, I had Mahomes, Burrow, Goff, Lamar, Drake May, Caleb Williams, Justin Herbert, and JD5.
Oh, wait, I just realized he left off.
I'm going to guess Bo Nix, and then I'm going to guess Daniel Jones.
No, it's two good guesses. Because, Bo Nix was in, like, the honorable mention for me.
It's Jalen Hurts.
He was one of them.
Oh.
He was one of them.
I guess, yeah.
There was somebody, and God love him, there was somebody that was at the airport, and he said he actually was going to probably miss his flight because he didn't want to go through TSA because he wanted to get through on the phone lines to tell us why we were wrong.
Jackson Dart?
About Jalen Hurts.
Oh, about Jalen Hurts.
About Jalen Hurts. Now, it's not the top one, but there was a guy that said, I might miss my flight because I didn't want to go through TSA and not be able to yell at y'all about not having Jalen Hurts. I'm like,
it's never that serious.
Jalen Hurts had 9 games where he threw for less than 185 yards last year.
Jack?
9. I don't think you're going to get it, and that's kind of my point.
Okay, well,
I was
who is it?
shocked by how Brock Purdy.
Oh, okay.
Brock would be boring.
And I started to think, I was like, the calls that I'm getting and the way that people are yelling right now, I feel like Taylor would have this same take.
Yeah.
I love Brock. I'd consider him for my top 10, but I wouldn't be mad that he's not in it.
Oh, they were big mad.
I think I don't know, man. I mean, if you love Brock, you probably have him at 9. If you hate him, you probably got him at 15. I think that's where Brock Purdy falls. I mean, I don't mind that he's not on the list. The reason I guess Jordan Love and Jalen Hurts because everybody fell in love with them and get pissed when they're not on the list. No, I don't. I like Brock Purdy. One of my favorite quarterbacks. I love the underdog story. I think he's been really good in San Fran, but I don't mind him not being on the top 10. I don't think I'd put him on my top 10.
But can I say that, like, the reason why I feel like that's kind of weird and why I wouldn't put him in my top 10 is because Mac Jones kind of did the same thing.
That's the same thing that I said.
Yeah. Like, Mac Jones went in there and
was 7-3.
Yeah.
Right? Wasn't he 7-3?
He was. I got it right here.
Pretty sure he was. But that's what I said. I said, it's no slight at Brock Purdy. I think Brock Purdy's a good player.
Yeah.
But Mac Jones went in there and played pretty good.
Yeah.
right? Put up big numbers. And I said, also, Brock Purdy's never played a full NFL season. Like, that plays
Right.
into it.
Yeah.
He's been through his own injuries. And the caller was like, yeah, we can't help that. I said, nobody can help injuries.
Right.
They're injuries, right? They happen when you don't want them to happen. Also, and again, I do think Brock's a good player, so I don't want to make it sound like I'm throwing too much shade at him. He's never played a season outside of his first year, and he only played 9 games where he's not had double-digit interceptions.
Yeah.
11, 12, and 10. He threw 10 interceptions in 9 games last year.
Do you
I
think
was
that he
surprised.
gets more hype than he deserves because he was Mr. Irrelevant? Like people
Maybe
are
not
like,
hype, maybe attention.
Yeah.
For sure. But again, I think Brock's he's a top 15 quarterback.
for
He's
sure,
not a
but
top
like
10 quarterback.
for you to say he's top 10, like I just and
of
be
the
so
top
upset
of the top
about
10
it.
I gave, who are you trading straight up for Brock Purdy?
That's my point. Probably no
Nobody.
one.
Yeah.
Because, like, if Jaden comes back fully healthy from his injuries, he's on there. Caleb, we all expect to take even another step forward. Like, and Justin Herbert's just been better. I don't know who I would take off.
Yeah. Pat and I usually agree with like a lot of stuff, and our top 10 was kind of the same. He had Caleb Williams 16,
Ooh.
and he had Jaden 18.
Who did he have in, if he took those two out, who did he have in his top 10 that you did not?
I'm trying to think top 10 was – God, he had one name. I'm trying to think who it was because he certainly didn't have Caleb in there. I'll think about who it was. It might have even been Jordan Love, to your point from a little bit earlier, which we didn't have any fallback really from Jordan. There wasn't too many
There's just a
people calling with Jordan Love.
A lot of people nationally that love him.
Matt loves him.
Matt does love him. I've never understood the hype. The guy got a huge deal after playing 8 good NFL games, and he's been kind of a roller coaster of up and down since then. He has moments where he looks like a top 5 quarterback. He's got moments where he looks like the 20th best quarterback.
It wasn't Jordan Love. It was Sam Darnold.
I'm okay with that.
Sam's an interesting one because last year he did throw for 4,000 yards. He had 25 touchdowns. He also threw 14 picks.
Yeah.
So it's funny you say that. And when I bring this guy up, everybody's going to say, "Oh, Taylor, it's because you're a big fan of this guy." No, it's because everyone said he had a down year, and he did compared to his first 2 years. But all you heard last year was, "Well, Baker Mayfield keeps turning over the ball." Baker had 11 interceptions. Sam Darnold had 14. Sam Darnold also lost 2 fumbles as well. He had 16 turnovers a year ago. He was great in the playoffs, and honestly, I doubted him all year. I was like, he's going to collapse in the playoffs just like he did in Minnesota. He didn't. I mean, he won the damn Super Bowl. He was awesome, but that defense was great. I mean, Phillip Rivers almost went in there off the street and outdueled him and beat that team if it wasn't for that defense. Like, I think Darnold took a huge step forward. I don't know if I put him in my top 10 yet. I like him.
You could really sit here and just talk about the 2024 quarterback class and have a great conversation and a great debate.
Mm-hmm.
Now, J.J. McCarthy, Michael Penix Jr., sorry, you're not in this conversation.
That's 9.
9, you're not in this conversation either. This is for quarterbacks that have strived to be great. And I just don't know how great you want to be right now. Think about Drake May, Jaden Daniels, and Bo Nix have all at least made the conference championship games already. Drake May made the Super Bowl. Caleb didn't, but he had an incredible playoff run, right? One of the better plays you'll see in playoff history to keep one of those games alive. Those four guys have a chance to be like the 83 draft that we always talk about with Marino and Kelly and that whole group.
Yeah.
What they've already done so far early in their careers is remarkable. 4 guys that have already been to the divisional round of the playoffs. 3 have been to a conference championship game. 1's already been to the Super Bowl. And I would say, look, a year ago, Drake May had the best year of that group. He threw for 4,400 yards, completed 72% of his passes, 8.9 yards per attempt, which is remarkable. He threw 31 touchdowns, only 8 interceptions. If we were having this conversation last year, I would have given you Jaden's numbers because Jaden had a generational rookie year. The 2024 class is going to be one that we're going to be talking about 15 years from now. It's one of the best we've ever seen.
Yeah, it reminds me of the 18 class, right? Josh Allen, Sam Darnold, Baker Mayfield, Lamar Jackson. Outside of Josh Rosen, who was the cockiest of the group and said that he thought he went too low and he went 10 overall. That's been a really good class as well. Like, there's some out there that are historically bad. There's some that are really good. I think both of those are awesome.
I want our guy JD5 to have a big bounce back year.
He needs it. He does.
I
That whole
just
team
worry
needs it.
about the people that are around him. Like
As far as the weapons?
Yeah, like they just gave Scary Terry an extension, last season?
Yeah.
And he got injured and barely did anything when he was on the field. And then Debo, he's a free agent, right?
Yeah,
and-
he's still
and
free.
He didn't have his best year, but honestly,
But there's
he was-
flashes with
yeah,
him.
he
Like,
was the more reliable guy that
he
he had a
was.
year ago. And even he didn't have a great year, and he's gone.
They drafted Antonio Williams out of Clemson in the 3rd round. They signed Brown out of Jacksonville. Van Jefferson, who's just a journeyman at this point.
He's a solid player.
Our guy Chris Hilton Jr. is there. He's
True.
an undrafted free agent rookie. So obviously JD5 knows him very well. But to y'all's point, they didn't go out and make a big splash. I think they're counting on Luke McCaffrey,
Bill.
Jalen Lane.
Is he still there? even?
Husky Merritt.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
there.
Oh, yeah, he's still
so
there.
Rashad White,
Rashad White signed.
I
Yeah,
think, is going to
true.
take a lot off of Jaden's plate running the ball.
That's true.
I think he was really good in Tampa last year. And, I mean, Tampa, when at some point in the season, they didn't have a starting offensive lineman on the field. And,
Yeah.
he was still productive behind that
I don't
O-line.
know, but Terry got to make that contract worthwhile because he did not last season.
I mean, how many games did he play? This is even more concerning. He played in 10 games, 582 yards and 3 touchdowns. I didn't think he played in that many games. That's not great numbers for a guy that got top 10 wide receiver money.
Right. Now, what they, if we're staying on Washington just real quick for our guy JD5, what they did do is sign a ton of defense.
Yeah.
A ton of defense. Our guy Meek Robinson, who works out over at Elite Training Academy
Nice.
every single day, he did sign from Detroit. You've got Nick Cross coming over at strong safety from the Colts. Caleb Chason signed from the Patriots, so he's going to be on the edge there for you. They drafted Sonny Styles, one of our favorite guys in the draft. So they had defensive issues all over the place a year ago, so they tried to fix that more than anything in free agency. But to your point, we're wondering now, because we care about JD5,
Right.
is he going to have enough weapons? I would have liked to seen them bring in somebody else, and there's still a guy out there that knows the area very well. That's Stephon Diggs. He played at Maryland.
Dude, he had 1,000 yards a year ago.
He did. He played at Maryland. He's from the area. He could have his family go to the home games.
Yeah.
I know he's got more issues in vogue right now
I feel
going
like y'all
on.
work for big Stephon Diggs. Like, y'all brought this up
We
yesterday.
are trying to get this because I don't get, like, if I'm the Chiefs, if I'm the Commanders, if
Yeah.
I'm one of these teams that
No, for
doesn't
sure.
have a guy that really puts fear into you, certainly a secondary option, he comes with a lot. I'm not giving him 2 years. I'll give him a year, and if it doesn't work out, holla at your boy.
Yeah.
But he did have 1,000 yards last
And
year.
like
No, fair enough.
a new system, 32 years old a year ago. Not only did he have 1,000 yards, he didn't miss a game
Yeah.
because of injury. Like, that's big. Think about what we were just talking about. Jaden missed a ton of games. Terry McLaurin missed a ton of games. Debo missed a handful of games. Like, can you just be available for Jaden to throw the ball to? Because he's going to have to get the ball out quickly. I'm not sure about their O-line either
Yeah.
this year. That was a big issue, but I mean, they could do worse than Stephon Diggs.
Let's go get our guy some weapons.
Yeah.
Our guy, Joe Burrow's got some weapons. Go get JD5 some weapons.
I agree.
And both their defenses were horrid last year.
Well, and to
Awful.
talk about that rookie class as a whole, right? Like, all of those offenses, I think, got better from a year ago. I'm not sure about Washington.
Yeah, I'm not either.
Bo Nix was great with Cortland Sutton and the tight ends. They had Jalen Waddle, who I think is going to be great. We know what the Bears have shored up the offensive line. They got 2 really good running backs. I mean, Drake May and the Patriots, they should be better on offense than they were a year ago. Like, there's a lot of teams
Well,
that are
they
better.
they gave up Stephon Diggs and brought in A.J. Brown.
Right. I mean, that's an upgrade.
A little bit. Is it?
I still think A.J.
Is
Brown's
it?
really good. But, I mean, we'll see.
A.J. Brown gets talked about like he's
He
Jamar
does.
Chase sometimes.
He does.
He does.
And I'm like-
I think he's better than Diggs.
I feel like
They're
that's
pretty
like a
similar last
lateral
year.
to kind
They were
of
pretty
maybe
similar
an
last
upper
year.
lateral move.
I want to say Diggs had more receiving yards than A.J. Brown.
You just
By a
traded
few.
Stephon Diggs
Yeah.
for Stephon Diggs with less drama.
By a few.
I don't know. A.J. Brown comes with some stuff too.
But at least
His
he's
is more
married.
like his is like in the locker room though.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, he's 3 years younger than Diggs. He's had 1,000 yards 4 years in a row. Like, AJ, he can still play.
All right. Alondra, you gotta
so sorry.
stop smoking
I know.
Cowboy Killers during the
know.
break.
That's what I walk outside to
Sounds
do.
like we're in a tuberculosis ward.
You were
Bro.
going to lose a lung over there. All right, we will step away, and when we come back, we'll get to your munchie questions with our guy, Chef Michael Johnson. So go ahead, get those munchie questions in. You can get them inside the YouTube chat. You can text us at 225-499-1045. We'll get to as many as we can right here on OTB.
Off the bench. Tigers turn talkers. This is Off the Bench.
What else should I be? All apologies. What else could I say? Everyone is gay. What else could I write? I don't have the right.
All right, welcome back in OTB here live from the Raising Cane's studio. Always excited for our next segment. We're going to get to your munchie questions with our guy, Chef Michael Johnson.
Get ready to tantalize your taste buds and leave this segment hungry. This is Munchies with Executive Chef Michael Johnson.
Let's eat.
Chef, what's going on, brother? How we doing? How we living?
I'm great, guys. How are y'all?
Doing fantastic. Glad to have you on here. Our guy Flynn is in St. Bart's right now, so he's just
that's
gallivanting somewhere in the Caribbean there. So I guess we'll start off with a question for me about maybe your favorite Caribbean cuisine.
Yeah, man. You know, it's interesting when you say Caribbean food. It's really difficult for me because I have this food history book that I read, and you know that the word Caribbean actually came from the cannibals. So they
Wow.
had canibes, right? And they called them canibes, and that morphed into Caribs, and that's how they ended up calling it the Caribbean. And it all came because when the settlers were coming west over the ocean, they would end up in the Caribbean and in those islands, and they were running into people who were eating each other, right? And that's how the
Naturally.
word Caribbean came about. Yeah. So
Really?
nothing along those lines. How about that?
Well, I hope not.
Yeah. Man, I don't know. You know, like I love jerk. I like, you know, like, I don't know. I think it's kind of soul food, right? And if you think about some of the food that you get in New Orleans, there's impact from the Caribbean, you know, like
Right.
beans and rice. And they actually have these, it's an invasive species frog there that they call them chicken wings because they like catch these frogs and fry them up and eat them. And I don't know. I love Caribbean food, man. It's kind of soul food to me. They have a green called callaloo greens that are exceptional. That I don't know, man. I love Caribbean food.
All right. I do, like, I hadn't had a lot of it, but the ones that I have had has been really, really good. So I'm right there with you. Hashtag,
Well, you know,
go ahead.
Gumbo is kind of was impacted by Caribbean foods.
Well, if that's the case, and I love it.
Yeah.
Hashtag Munchies. I really love this question for some reason. Cooking sloppy joes with potato wedges this afternoon. Any advice from Chef to amp this meal up?
They got to be extra sloppy.
Sloppy joes.
Yeah. You know, I like to put a little spice in my sloppy joes, I suppose. Instead of just the sweet ketchupy flavor of them, or even barbecue, like a spicy barbecue. I like to spice mine up a bit. But I mean, you had me at sloppy joes, buddy.
Look, everybody wants to like hate on a good. I will mow down a sloppy joe.
So do you eat them on a hamburger bun, or do you eat them on bread, or how do you take your sloppy joe?
So growing up, we did them on a hamburger bun, and it would be a sloppy joe. And I don't know where this started. I don't know how I came to find myself to do it, but I put yellow mustard on it.
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. That acidity and the sourness of it, sure, man. Like, we used to put pickles and mustard both on it because it cuts
pickle
the
sounds
sweetness.
good.
Yeah. Like, if you think about it, it's kind of like a hamburger, right? You put you got ketchup, you got the ground beef. Why not have mustard on it?
It's true.
you can hold the lettuce and the tomatoes, but
Yeah.
for sure I'll put some onions and pickles on there and have a day of it. Yeah.
Oh, I might have sloppy joes for lunch and dinner. Hashtag Munchies. Who would have thought the safest lettuce in 2026 was the devil's lettuce?
Well, we haven't taken to serving that here at the Nutrition Center yet, but we actually use hydroponic lettuce that is grown here in Louisiana in water and indoors, and so we feel pretty comfortable about our product. But yeah, that's a crazy thing, man. It's spreading, and you know what scares me, man, is that I know that there's people out there that are not talking about it. You know, like not everybody who experiences that symptom goes to the doctor, right? So you have to know that there's got to be more out there than are being brought to the CDC or the doctor's attention, and it's just another one of those things, man. It's wild.
Oh man, there's so much out there, and I don't even want to get into that part of it because sometimes when food stuff like that's going on, it gets a little scary. Hashtag Munchies. Do you guys listen to music in the LSU kitchen?
Absolutely, yeah, for sure, and it can be any genre. We do ask that it not be derogatory or curse too much because there are ladies in the kitchen, and we have some, we have different opinions of whether that's tasteful or not. And so, like it doesn't bother me. I listen to all genres, man. I will listen to anything as long as it's, sounds good to my ear. Sometimes on Sundays we listen to, like church music.
Oh yeah, a little gospel.
Yeah, we'll move from church music to old school Easy-E some days. So, it shifts about pretty quickly. Yeah.
I have a text question. That's
we have a
good.
text question.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Alondra.
Okay, Chef. I've been living in southern Minnesota for 6 years now. My friends
Oh,
say
wow.
I need to try lutefisk once. Have you had it, and what is your take?
I have not. It's like a pickled fish dish, if I'm not mistaken. And I've never really had the ambition to. I think it's actually like of Swedish origin, if I'm not mistaken. But I think it's a pickled fish dish, and no, I've not tried it, and I don't have any ambition to do so.
Have you tried that
that's not
fermented
true.
shark or whatever?
No, I like fermented vegetables, not fermented meats. Like I just have it. I don't know. It's and I'm pretty open-minded. I will probably try it once, but it's really intimidating to me, to be honest with you. And I don't know. I just haven't crossed that threshold.
Hashtag Munchies. What's the proper way to wash your produce?
Well, with all things considered now, we use a antimicrobial wash that you can get. And there's different types of antimicrobial wash. There's like chlorine-based or Clorox-based, or there's I forget what all the bases of them are. That matter not. But, if you're washing fresh vegetables from the produce stand or from you should always wash your vegetables because there's always likelihood that there's dirt or debris. I think one of the falsehoods is that when you get stuff out of a bag and it says pre-washed, that people trust that, and I don't. I've had it happen on more than one occasion that a bug come out of one of those bags or something be in there. So, if you have to be diligent about yourself, man. And if it's lettuce, and specifically with this cyclospora, you have to use quick running water because it's a parasite. It has to be washed off. The heat or hot water doesn't kill it. Antimicrobial wash does not kill it. So you're looking to, if it's a firm vegetable, you either need to peel it or you need to scrub it with the brush vigorously. Or, like raspberries, you're not going to be able to do that. And that's one of the things they feel like has been associated with it. So I'm just steering clear of raspberries altogether here. It's not something you can't wash raspberries really easily without damaging them. You sure can't scrub them with a scrub brush. So there's some things that, doesn't make sense. With lettuce, we're dunking it under cold running water. We may even fill the sink with cold running water and agitate it. Because you're trying to knock them off. You're trying to knock the creature, if you will, off. So that's why you use the brush, and it needs to be done vigorously under running water so that it washes into the sink basin and down the drain. And it has to be cooked to 158 degrees, which is that's beyond what people typically cook vegetables too. You know, if you're cooking a piece of asparagus at 158 degrees, it's turning, you know, like greenish brown at that point. And
Yeah.
it's not, you know, like that's not the ideal temperature to eat a piece of asparagus to get the nutrient quality from it. But we're doing so just, you know, because that's the temperature that they die at. So,
Yeah.
you know, make sure that and you know, people ask all the time, you know, what temperature do you cook to, and why do you, you know, like I cook everything with a thermometer. You know, you don't cook something for an amount of time. You cook it until it's hot enough to be done. And so, I suggest everybody have a probe at their house, a thermometer at their house that, you know, you can tell what the temperature of things is, because that's the only way to ensure safety, really.
Hashtag Munchies. Chef, we always hear people saying breakfast is the most important meal. Then we hear some people saying you need to fast during breakfast. You get elite athletes ready to go. If you have a player that is trying to maintain weight, what say you about breakfast?
Yeah, well, one, I have to stress this. I'm not a dietitian. I'm a nutrition-based chef. I think all meals are important, and I think that there are definitely different body types, right? I have heard people say that they have success with fasts, but I don't know of any of our athletes that are fasting. It depends on what you're trying to do, too. You know, like if the question is, are you trying to lose weight? I think that there are people out there who are having success with fasts, but it's not to me, it's not the best way of going about it, you know?
Yeah.
And again, there's a lot to be considered in there, you know, body type, body composition, bone density, muscle mass, all those things matter. You know, like the reality of it is in order to lose weight, you have to have more outgoing caloric burn than you do incoming caloric intake. And if you want to gain weight, you have to be working out, one, with protein and carbs involved in that diet, and you have to be eating more calories than you are intake calories than you are burn calories. So that is it in a nutshell. I guess, you know, there's some gray area in that question of what they're trying to accomplish when they eat. So it's not an easy question to answer without a lot more questions to be answered before, if that makes sense.
No, it does for sure. And I know there's a lot of people out there that fasting works for them. It does.
Yeah.
Our guy T-Bob, he used to do it. He was big on it. I'm the opposite. I am a big, hey, I want to eat breakfast. I want to hit the ground running. I want to have those calories. I want to have, you know, all that intake before I get my day going. So I do think there's, you know, different ways to skin a cat. I'm not saying the one's right, one's wrong, but I do think there's different ways to do it. I still try to eat like I am an athlete. I try, because I'm staying active, so I try to stay on the same things that I did when I was a player.
Yep. So me, I'm trying to lose weight, right? So I'm putting the calories in the morning so that I can burn, and I'm eating less later into the evening. I used to eat at 7 or 8 o'clock at night,
right?
And you know, I'm not exercising after that, so that just goes straight to your body and fits, right? And so I think with that fast, you know, you're controlling the hours that you're actually eating, which makes some sense, because if you're not going to burn those calories, you're going to store those calories, right? And so I think that people do see fruitfulness out of that. Me, myself, because I'm diabetic, I don't like eating large meals at the same time.
Right.
I eat small meals through the day, multiple meals. I might eat 6 or 8, what you might call a meal, just eating small amounts of food, because it prevents too high of a spike or too low of a low for my blood sugar. And so, you know, there really is it's on an individual basis, you know, like what your body type is. You know, if you have heart problems, if you're a diabetic, you know, there's a lot of things that have to be considered. There's no magical formula. You have to have a relationship with, at very least, a doctor or the knowledge of your own body to be able to make those decisions.
Chef,
that was an involved answer.
That was great. It was fantastic, as it always is. Chef, last one here. I'm not going to read the entire comment, but I do want to read the last part. He puts full as a tick. That's my favorite saying to say when you're full. I think it's good. It's redneck. Yeah. It's so very Louisiana. Man, I am full as a tick.
Yeah.
What's your favorite saying to say, no mas, I've had enough?
Yeah, I mean, I'm one part redneck, one part hippie. So full as a tick is definitely one that I use on a regular basis. So, yeah.
Oh, it's so good. It's so
Sometimes it's just I'm done. Sometimes it's nothing and you just hear snoring. So
yeah, I mean, you could be boring and be like, "Oh, I'm stuffed," or "Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
I'm so full, I can't eat another bite." Or you can be, "Man, I am full as a tick."
yeah, that's definitely one I use on a regular basis.
Hell yeah, brother.
Or stuff like a Thanksgiving turkey. That's another
That's a
one.
good one
also
too.
use.
That's a good one too. Chef, we thank you. We love you, brother. We appreciate you every single week, and we'll catch up again soon.
Take care, Jake.
All right, Chef Michael Johnson, good enough to join us every single week here. Always love catching up with Chef. Love seeing him on the road for the LSU games. We get to chop it up, and I look forward to football season where we can do it again. All right, we will step away. Got more OTB still coming your way. Stay locked in here. We'll be back from the Raising Cane studio.
Off the bench.
All right, go to russellpools.com, the website for Russell Pool Company. Had a great sit down with them the other day. And the thing we always tell you about is they can build your dream pool in your backyard. Like, you see that. If you go to russellpools.com, you see like the one that's on the homepage is literally a lazy river. They can do that for you. Another thing that they're going to be there for you is at the beginning, from the very beginning, during the process, and also after the project is completed. What do you mean after? They're going to be the maintenance for your pool. So they're going to design it, they're going to build it, and they're going to maintain it. That's who they are. That's what they've always done. You don't have to go to anyone else. It's always going to be Russell Pools. But also, if you have an existing pool, like maybe you bought your home and it was already existing in your backyard. Maybe you built a pool 30 years ago and you want it to look different. They can come in and they can add to your pool. And I'm not just talking about replastering. I'm talking about adding features to your pool. That's another service that they offer over at Russell Pool Company. Go see them today, russellpools.com.
Tigers turn talkers. This is Off the Bench.
All right, welcome back in OTB. Always want to remind you about our friends over at Gin Gators. You know us. Not too many Gators we talk about here on this show. Really, the only Gators that we like is Gin Gators. You're going to love Gin Gators as well, right? In Baton Rouge, Covington, Gonzales, Hammond, Houma, Lafayette, Mandeville, New Orleans, Slidell, Thibodaux, the entire surrounding area. We are talking with you. Right? With Gin Gators Power Systems, never be left without power again. It is the ultimate peace of mind. They started because they were helping people and it turned into a business. There was a big storm. They were there to help. And then people said, you need to start a business. That's exactly what they did. Their family as family can be. You're going to love working with our friends over at Gin Gators. Go check out the over 450 5-star reviews right there on their homepage. That is GinGators.com. Gin Gators Power Systems. All right, welcome back in, OTB. I do always appreciate Chef when we have any kind of questions about, hey, this is the fad diet. He's like, hey, I am not a dietitian.
Yeah.
I just make the food there because it is so wild. There's so many different things that people swear by. It's like, if you don't do this, you can't get it done. And I'm like kind of like the complete opposite. I'm like, look, if it works for you, go out there and do it.
Everybody's different. But can I just say that I have not stopped thinking about his cannibal answer? That was incredible.
I know.
Like,
he was ready to go
you learn
with
something
that.
new every single
Every time we
day.
talk with him, too,
And
though.
every time we talk to him, I learned something new. And he has, like, incredible answers for everything. I don't know how he knows so much. But that, I had no idea that the Caribbeans were named because they're cannibals.
I had
incredible.
no idea.
And they went from cannies to carries, and now that's crazy, and we just still call it that every day.
Anytime I think there's a question in the chat that's a joke and we ask a chef, he answers it anyways. He's like Ron Burgundy. They're like, if you put it in the prompter, Ron will read it. If you ask Chef the question, he's answering it. Like, it doesn't really matter what it is.
Earnestly, too.
Yeah, and he has an answer for it.
He does. He's always ready to go, which is one of the things I love about it. Now I'm sitting here and I'm thinking about, I mean, the Caribbean back in the day just felt like it was wild.
Oh. I mean, they're islands that are kind of in the middle of nowhere in the ocean.
Kind of their own thing.
Have y'all ever watched the show Black Sails?
Love it. Good show.
That's what I feel like all those Caribbean islands were. I mean, it's set in the Bahamas. I got one more. I never finished the last season.
I didn't either. I only saw the first two, but I like young John Silver. It was a good show.
It was good.
What's the captain's name? Redheaded guy. What's his name?
I don't remember. It was like 10 years ago.
It's a good show.
I don't remember. But that's what I feel like the Caribbean was like. All those islands was just like pirates and like everybody just beating the hell out of each other, stealing from each other.
Pirates just.
Let's just hope that Flynn's not getting in any mischief.
Flynn's going to come back. He's going to be like, guys, I dabbled in some unique cuisine when I was out there. Never had it before. They wouldn't tell me what it was, but it was very tender.
Hate. All right.
Tinder's crazy.
Yeah, that's wild behavior. I don't even know how you got there.
Just
so ESPN put out a really interesting article, and it took every team in the NFL and it gave a player of what they would be worth in draft capital coming back. So it took a player. Okay, I'm going to give you an example for the Saints. It took Kelvin Banks Jr., his first-round pick for the Saints. It said it would take one first-round pick, bless you, Tay, one first-round pick and more to get him in return. Okay, makes sense. He's a first-round pick himself. He played really, really well. It's going to take more than just a first-round pick. Okay. Just missing out on a first-round pick, Tyler Shuck, which I kind of disagree with. I think there's desperate teams out there. And then Chase Young, right on the edge of getting it. It said it would give a first-round pick up for Chris Olave. Okay, I get that 3 out of 4 seasons, been 1,000 yards. Okay, I can get behind it. And then Jordan Tyson, we don't know, number 8 overall. So, yeah, you probably give up a first. It said Brian Brzee would
a first-round pick
would get a first-round pick back.
I'd give up a first-round pick to get rid of him.
It says Brzee looks like he took a step backward last year after dropping from 7.5 sacks in 2024 to 2.5 sacks.
Cool.
Yeah.
But he was more impactful and consistent as a pass rusher on tape.
That's a tough sell.
It said he also doesn't turn 25 until October. Look, I like Brian Brzee. He's horrid against the run right now. And his sacks dropped from 7.5 to 2.5. You think you can get a first-round pick for him?
If anything, you're getting the best deal you can from him right now.
Hell, Mickey, pick up the phone.
No, really, though.
I mean, I'm trading. If I'm desperate at defensive tackle, I'm giving up maybe a 4th-round pick. Maybe.
Who wrote this?
That's interesting to say the least, I would say, because that's just not a player that I would. I mean, we had a full segment on how Bill Barnwell wrote it, how he needs to step up and like what he would have to do to be able to make sure that he's not getting replaced by Christian Miller. So that was a little bit of a surprise to see them there, that teams, maybe people view him that way. I watched a lot of tape too. The pass rush has never been the problem, really. Now, it went down last year. It's against the run. Like, if you're a first-round pick in the interior of the defensive line, you can't be a situational type guy and get a first-round pick in return. So that was a big surprise on that list if we're talking Saints. To kind of give you an idea of this article, how many first-round picks do you think it would take for Buffalo to give up Josh Allen in this article?
I don't know if there would be a number. Seriously.
I'm going to guess 3.
I'm going to guess 5 and a player.
7.
I'm sorry. Okay, not.
Has there ever been that?
No.
7
not
first-round picks. How many do you think for Joe Burrow?
5.
Yeah, 4 to 5.
4. How many do you think for Jamar Chase?
3.
2.
2.
Interesting.
How many do you think for Jets?
2.
2 first-round picks and a little more, it says.
Okay, so like
And a little more.
like a solid player to go along with it.
7 first-round picks is
7
crazy.
first-round
Like,
picks is wild.
7 is insane. I would say, like, I guess 5, like Taylor said.
Well, I was thinking 5
But
and a player.
yeah, that's what I'm saying,
probably,
like 5, but also you're going to have to give me some more stuff.
Yeah.
It says 3
7
first-round picks and more for Jaden Daniels right now.
I mean, that makes sense.
So, like, I mean, all of those kind of do make sense, but the Brian Brzee was the shocker of the teams that I've looked
That
at
was
so
a
far.
shock because he's also, like, first-round pick. I know he took a step back, but
You should really, like, trust me, bro. Watch his pass
no,
rushes.
really, though. He's like, trust me, bro. I watched the film.
And
All
to
right.
your point about if you're a first-round pick, you can't be a situational player. If he was a mid-round pick, people would like him.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
he's playing like a mid-round pick. He's not playing like
Fair.
a first-round pick.
That's a great point.
That's what he should go for.
All right, we will take our last break of the show. We will get to your questions. We'll ask the bench when we come back. Of course, it's always brought to you by our friends over at Dos Equis. Go for Dos. Ask the bench to close it out here on OTB.
Off the bench.
All right, go to trashrangers.com. Trashrangers.com is the place where you're going to find residential, commercial trash pickup service, and it is always going to be for you. They're going to have actually weekly text reminders that they send out to you, like, hey, my guy, if you don't want to be on the couch tonight, put your trash out. They help you out. They save you from having that situation pop up. And another thing we always talk about, let's say that your trash pickup day falls on a major holiday. Well, most people are just going to skip you. They're not going to pick your trash out. They'll pick up on Saturdays over at Trash Rangers to make sure that you have your trash pickup that week. Nobody else is going to do that. They're always going to make sure it's taken care of over at Trash Rangers. Roll-off dumpsters, they've got 3 different sizes to choose from. Call them today. Tell them what you've got going on to make sure that you have the right size roll-off dumpster. You can check out the sanitation department as well. All that information can be found over at trashrangers.com, trashrangers.com.
Tigers turn talkers. This is Off the Bench. Tigers turn talkers. This is Off the Bench.
All right, welcome back in OTB. Let's get to a little Ask the Bench brought to you by friends over at Dos Equis. Oh no. Hashtag Ask the Bench spent tens of thousands of dollars getting modern doors and a whole new AC system for my house. And now my wife says our house is too cold. What is a man supposed to do? Go buy some jackets.
Tell her to get a Snuggie.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh no.
She's on her own now.
That's crazy.
You did your part.
We're never satisfied.
Oh my gosh.
This is a good
Luck.
question.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, you go with the question.
I was going to say, did England blow it or was Argentina just better?
So Argentina's done that a few times now, though.
Yeah, they
like
have.
At some point, it's like they're used to this. This is how they do
I
it.
will say England went too defensive too soon. They got the 1-0 lead, and then they went too defensive. Their subs were like defensive subs, and I don't think that's what you want to do against Argentina. You just sat back there, and they had all the possession. After they scored the goal to go ahead, like you literally only had 12% of possession the rest of the game. So I know everybody wants to blame Jordan Pickford because that's what everybody does when England loses. Doesn't matter if he makes 47 saves. They still want to blame Jordan Pickford, but no, you went too defensive too early.
Yeah. So maybe a little bit of both.
And to Taylor's point, Argentina's done it so many times. It's kind of who they are. They don't quit. They don't stop fighting.
Yeah.
So, look, Argentina-Spain that's a good final. It's a good final. Like those teams deserve to be there.
My pick is in the final. I said Spain.
Oh, you said Spain, and then we were
And
like,
then I was
I
like
don't want to go too
Mexico.
chalky. I'll go,
Yeah.
yeah, but you did. You for sure did.
They were the favorite.
Mine's been gone since Moby Dick was a minnow, Germany. So we love you. We thank you. The tripod, the OG tripod. We'll see you again tomorrow. Go USA.
Off the bench.
All right. Whether you're dealing with a sports injury, joint pain, or maybe you just woke up one morning and something doesn't feel right, do not wait to go get it checked out. You can go see our friends over at Ochsner. Remember, the team at Ochsner Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is here to help you get back to doing what you love, whatever that is. Weekend warrior, right? If you're a part of a men's league, a women's league, an over 30 league, whatever that is, we want to get you back to feeling like you should, ready to go. And if you need care fast, their orthopedics walk-in clinic is located right inside the Elite Training Complex on Burbank. Remember, there is no appointment necessary. They even offer on-site x-rays so you get answers and you get them fast. It's a state-of-the-art facility. They have everything that you can imagine to get you back into the game. So you can learn more or find a location at ochsner.org. Ochsner Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, keeping you in the game.